Hi, my name is Stéphanie Bureau. I'm a naturopath and I work with Garden of Life products. Today I've been asked to talk to you about raw meal and what makes raw meal so different than all the other meal replacement formulas on the market. In fact, raw meal is the #1 selling meal replacement formula on the market, bar none. Let's take a look a little bit at the contents and what makes it so special. So why raw foods? Why is it so important to have raw foods in one's diet? Raw foods are excessively high in naturally occurring digestive enzymes. Now, digestive enzymes obviously help support digestion, so it makes sure that your body is getting the most from the foods that it consumes. In any kind of food that is heated above 115 degrees Fahrenheit, these enzymes are slowly degraded and then destroyed. So certainly having a raw food makes it very, very beneficial to health. Another thing about raw foods is that naturally occurring probiotics, so healthy bacteria, are abundant in raw foods. Again, these will be destroyed by heating above 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So anything raw, our raw meal products, for instance, our raw meal replacement formulas, for instance, are very, very abundant in naturally occurring enzymes and naturally occurring probiotics that will help populate the intestinal flora and help bolster your immune system and keep it nice and strong and keep you nice and healthy. Something else about raw foods is that if you're not heating your foods above 115 degrees Fahrenheit, which the raw food philosophy at Garden of Life makes us adhere to, is that our foods will be very, very high in nutrients, so very, very high vitamin content, very, very high mineral content, because none of these have been degraded and destroyed by the heating process. The raw food philosophy and the raw food supplements that we have at Garden of Life also requires that there are no processed foods. So no processed food with added chemicals, preservatives, additives, coloring agents, dyes, or anything like that. So just completely healthy, completely whole, and completely raw. Something else that you'll want to keep in mind when we're talking about what a raw food diet is, it's any food that's not been cooked, treated, or adulterated. So all of the foods that are found in our raw meal have not been heated, have not been cooked, and they've not been adulterated in any way. A raw food diet will contain a selection of things. They'll contain fruits and vegetables, seeds and nuts, and it can also contain eggs. It can contain meat. It can contain raw dairy products. So your raw milk, your raw cheeses, your raw kefir, your raw yogurts, and things of that nature. As well, a raw food diet will be very, very varied, and very often will include fast preparation things like salads of various kinds, salads with fruits and nuts and seeds, and sometimes dairy products, raw dairy products as well. Very, very flavorful and very, very complete in terms of nutritional profile. At Garden of Life, our raw food philosophy is a lot more than just a marketing endeavor or a marketing tool. Garden of Life is recognized as a whole food nutrition company and is considered, it has been considered for a very, very long time, the leader in whole food nutrition. So it goes way beyond just a marketing ploy or the flavor du jour, if you want. Our definition of raw goes way beyond low temperatures. Our products are designed to capture the very, very best of raw foods, so the very best elements of raw foods. Now again, to recap, we were talking about those digestive enzymes which are so abundant in raw foods, and those probiotics, naturally occurring probiotics, your vitamins, your minerals, and all those other cofactors that are just naturally abundant in raw foods that have never been heated above 115 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll find all of those things in our raw foods at Garden of Life. Now, if we look at what makes a Garden of Life product raw, there are 5 things to keep in mind. You can certainly use these as just a checklist to compare when you have another product on the market that's claiming to be a raw food, and then you can kind of see where you position our Garden of Life product vis-a-vis this other one. So the first thing obviously is that all of the ingredients inside the formulation have to be uncooked. So they have to always have been kept under 115 degrees Fahrenheit to emulate the attributes of raw whole foods, because they contain, again, all of those naturally beneficial constituents. They have to be untreated as well. So all of the ingredients inside the formulation have to be untreated. So free of chemical additives, chemical treatments, free of unnecessary industrial ingredients and some such things. They also have to be free of any kind of extracted ingredient, because extracted ingredients have been subjected to heat, and very, very often they're not beneficial to health, and obviously they cannot be considered raw in any way. As well, they all have to be active ingredients. So if you look at the formulation, there can't be any non-medicinal ingredients that are just there as fillers, for instance. In our Garden of Life products, in our raw meal product, for instance, all of the ingredients are there for a purpose, and they all have a beneficial effect on health. They will all be supportive to health, and they will all supply something to one's health. So that's also something that's quite key to our Garden of Life raw products, our Garden of Life raw line of products, and certainly to the Garden of Life raw meal formulations. The final thing, the fifth thing to keep in mind when you're looking at a raw product and trying to position its value vis-a-vis the Garden of Life products, is that a raw product, as far as we're concerned, a healthful raw product, has to be free of binders or fillers that are typically found in the tableting process. So as soon as you have a tablet form of a product, it can't really be considered raw in the true sense of the term, because the tableting process includes filler ingredients, and filler ingredients that have been heated and have been subjected to very, very high pressure as well to be able to form those tablets together. So uncooked, untreated, free of extracted ingredients, all active ingredients in the formulation, and no binders or fillers of any sort in the product. So certainly that we can guarantee that Garden of Life adheres to that philosophy. The three formulations that we have with regards to the raw meal replacement formulas, we have three fantastic flavors. The first flavor is the Au Naturel, which is probably the most easy to use if you want, because you can use it in all sorts of juices. You can use it in all sorts of milks, so your coconut milk, your soy milk, your nut milks, your hemp milk, etc. And it has a very, very mild flavor, a very naturally sweet flavor with the fruits that are inside and with the natural ingredients that are inside. But it's very easy to use, and it's a delicious flavor. That's the one I prefer personally. There's also the vanilla flavor, which is also a very, very mild flavor. None of their flavors are cloying because they're all natural ingredients. There's no artificial flavoring, so nothing very, very cloying or too sweet. The vanilla flavor, the Vanilla Whisper, is also a favorite of many people's. It's very, very mild vanilla bean flavor, natural vanilla bean flavor. And then there's your cocoa as well, which comes from cocoa, so there's no artificial flavors there either. A very, very nice but very intense chocolate flavor. So those are your three flavors that Garden of Life proposes. So if we look at some of the key selling points of your raw meal replacement formula, it's beyond organic. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. And again, this is not a marketing ploy. It really is beyond organic in the sense that it goes way beyond just merely being organic or supplying organic ingredients. The Garden of Life meal replacement formula, the raw meal, contains 26 superfoods from raw organic sprouts, seeds, and greens, which is an exemplary profile for anyone. It is an excellent source of 19 vitamin code vitamins and minerals, so the purest form of vitamins and minerals that you can find. So certainly accessible and assimilable by the body in the best fashion possible. It contains naturally occurring probiotics and enzymes, as we saw earlier. None of these have been heated above 115 degrees Fahrenheit, so everything is in their pure form and at their peak form, if you want. Naturally filling formula, very, very filling formula, so it's not one of those things that leaves you hungry. It satisfies your hunger, and it provides a lot of much needed energy. Some other highlights of the formula is that it's Canadian certified organic. It's dairy-free, it's raw, it's vegan, and it contains no soy allergens, which are hard to come by in healthful meal replacement formulas these days. So some other things to keep in mind. Just quickly, one thing we want to probably just look at is that the meal replacement formulas, in one serving, you get about 26 grams of protein per serving, which really packs a wallop if you consider, if you compare it with regards to the other formulations on the market. It contains, again, as mentioned, 26 grams of protein, to 26 to 28, depending on the formula that you're using, the natural, the vanilla, or the chocolate flavor. There's 6 to 9 grams of fiber per serving as well, which is also quite impressive for a formulation of this kind. Contains lots of greens, so very, very helpful there. 19 vitamin code nutrients, so nothing to frown upon as well. 13 organic sprouts, as well as a full array of probiotics and naturally occurring enzymes. So really quite a complete formulation. And if you look at the formula itself, you'll realize that it's the closest thing that you'll find to a whole, all-in-one foundational product, if you want. It contains raw protein, elements of raw protein, raw fiber, elements of great greens, raw organic greens, vitamin code vitamins and minerals, as well as your probiotics and your enzymes. So certainly packs a lot of punch for one serving. If you look at whom this is geared to and who would benefit from something like this, well, certainly very, very good for people who are looking to drop a little weight, for your bodybuilders, for people who are trying to adhere to a lower calorie diet but want to have a meal replacement that really packs a nutritional wallop and will give them energy and won't leave them feeling hungry or run down or anything like that. Certainly very compact, nutrient dense meal that is a raw meal. It's also great for people who have a hard time getting all the nutrition they need from solid foods. Now, this could be anything from the geriatric crowd, who have their hunger seems to go down. So it's a little difficult. It's a tall order to ask them to, sit down to 3 full meals per day. So certainly this is a fantastic option. Also great for the university students who probably don't have the best nutritional habits or who don't have a regular schedule. Certainly great to keep them in peak form during the exam period and in peak form throughout the year, to be used on an as needed basis or regularly to replace a meal if needed. Certainly on a case-by-case basis. And it's certainly a great thing to just have in your cupboard for an on-the-go meal replacement whenever required. And it's delicious on top of that. If we look at the nutritional profile, just some of the highlights, all 3 formulations will deliver 26 to 28 grams of protein per serving, which is a huge quantity of protein, especially this kind of quality protein per serving. The nutritional profile, the amino acid profile that is included in here is really, really impressive. We'll look at that a little bit later. In terms of scoop size, we're talking about 73 grams for the Au Naturel, 75 grams for vanilla chai, and 83 grams for the Cocoa Dream. Now that's accounted for, and the scoop sizes are made up for in each tub, so you don't have to. That's kind of neither here nor there. But the serving size is a little bit different in each of the formulations. In terms of the calories supplied, we're looking at 280 calories for the Au Naturel, 290 calories for the vanilla flavor, and 320 for the Cocoa Dream. That's also with regards to the slight variations in terms of the composition. If we look at the carbohydrates that are supplied, there's 45 grams for the Natural and the Vanilla Chai, and then there's 60 grams for the Cocoa Dream. And in terms of sugar, we're looking at 27 grams of sugar for all of the flavors. None of these are from added sugar. These are from naturally occurring sugars that will be found in the fruits included in the formulation, as well as a little bit in the cocoa. And in terms of the fiber, it's 6 grams for the Natural, 7 grams for the vanilla, and 9 grams for the cocoa. If you look at what that breakdown is, what that breakdown gives, that's really the ideal in terms of protein to carbohydrate to sugar to fiber ratio, and certainly make sure that your body is getting everything that it needs and all the energy that it needs as well, and all the support that it needs to stay alert and to be performing at the top form throughout the day. Something else I'd like to mention is in terms of the flavors. A little earlier I mentioned that they were all natural flavors. Here, if I look, I have the Au Naturel flavors in front of me, and the flavoring agent are organic natural flavor and organic coconut. For vanilla chai, I have organic stevia and organic coconut, and for Cocoa Dream, I have organic cocoa, organic stevia, and organic coconut. So really, really nothing cloying here, nothing artificial, very, very natural, mild, and really nice and tasty flavors. One other thing to keep in mind that's really interesting, and I think a lot of customers will be keen on, is to realize that if you're looking for something raw, something vegan, something organic, a complete meal replacement, you simply can't get that for $5 and less in any health food store, be it here or in the States. And we're looking at a little less than $5 per serving with raw meal. So you're really getting a whole nutritional wallop for very little money in the end. So great value for such a wonderful and complete meal replacement formula. Quickly, if we look at the summary of what raw meal has to offer, it's a comprehensive meal replacement formula full of energy. It's raw, it's vegan, and it's Canada Organic certified, so certainly some key attributes. It contains 26 superfoods from raw organic sprouts, seeds, and greens. It is an extraordinary value of 90 vitamin code vitamins and minerals. It contains live, naturally occurring probiotics and enzymes, so very, very beneficial to digestion and very beneficial to supporting the immune system and health. It's naturally filling, satisfies hunger, and provides much needed energy. And of course is very, very helpful to support a healthy weight loss when used in conjunction with a calorie-reduced diet and an increased exercise program. Some other things that you might want to keep in mind is that it's raw, vegan, organic, gluten-free, dairy-free, lactose-free, no fillers, no synthetic nutrients, no artificial flavors or sweeteners, and no preservatives. So certainly a fantastic must-try for most people. It's also available in single serving sizes, so for people who want to try different flavors and see which one that they prefer before committing to a tub of any one flavor, that's certainly a great thing to try and certainly have on the side by the cash for customers to try out. I want to thank you for watching today. I hope you've gathered some pearls and have been sold on this wonderful product that we have, that is Raw Meal, the #1 selling meal replacement formula on the market. Should you wish to have these details, the information that we shared today in paper, please contact your sales reps and they'll be able to help you with that. Thanks so much. Have a great day.